G'day guys, what's going on? Just giving you a quick update on the market and what I'm doing in the market after the video that I did yesterday. So in yesterday's video, I spoke about the $30,689 level and how if that broke, I expected a few things to happen and I was potentially going to set up a long trade. That's now broken. I'm now setting up that long trade, so I thought I'd give you guys a quick update. Now, the only thing that's really changed my chart to the upside is these two 15-minute zones. So we wicked quite a long way into the 4-hour zone I had marked off. And when that happens, I like to go, okay, what actually held price, right? We wicked up, we came back down. I want to see what's actually holding price there. So I came looking and there's two 15-minute zones. This one here has been retested right there. So I think that's going to be potentially kind of strong. And then this one here was retested really nicely there and is what looks to have held price at the current time. So if we come back to the 4-hour, you will see that that lower zone has held price really nicely. We did pierce it a little bit, but it's held price quite nicely. Now, in terms of to the downside, what have I added to my chart? I have added fibs because now I have a move that I can draw fibs on. Now, price may not come back down. It might continue up and then my fibs will be invalidated, but that's cool because if it doesn't come back down, then my trade was never going to enter anyway, so it's not a big issue. And the other thing is this 4-hour pause zone that I've drawn in here. So I couldn't have that yesterday because we were looking at, I think, this candle here. And so now that's there that I can use. So what we spoke about yesterday was the $30,689 level acting as resistance potentially. That held really nicely, right? That was really good resistance. We spoke about if it broke, it was potentially going to be a really volatile move, which it was. Made it in a single candle to the next level we were looking at, 31,652. So that's holding currently, right? May not continue to hold, but that's currently holding. The other thing we spoke about was volume, and you can see that on this big push, there was a massive spike in volume. So that's kind of a good sign for the bulls in the short term, right? 4-hour, my bias is now bullish. My daily bias is still bearish. So what I'm looking at, and the trade that we spoke about yesterday, is this long from Echo. So if we had to come down, retest, and then push up, that's kind of what I'm looking to catch. The trade that I've set up is a long bounce. I'm actually going to add an expiry date. I only just thought about this, but I am going to add an expiry date, which thanks to a SIF, I can literally just drag along. Because if we retest this in a couple of weeks over here somewhere, I don't really want to be in this trade. I really want to see it happen in the next couple of days. If it doesn't happen by about, honestly, even that's probably a little bit far. If it doesn't happen by then I'm not really interested in this trade. So I'm going to set my expiry date there. In terms of risk management, I have dropped my risk, right? Whenever I'm trading against my high time frame bias, I use 0.5% or less. And so I've gone down to 0.5% account risk. In terms of my stop loss and take profit, I haven't actually set them yet because I wanted to showcase WSIF's awesome new feature. So I can literally just drag my stop loss to there, drag my take profit up to here. Now I'll target below alpha because I have a short set up from alpha. So I want to target before that so I can get into both those trades potentially. Still a really, really nice 4.4 to 1 risk reward. So that's fantastic. In terms of the journal, in terms of what I've tagged, I've got my 38 fib level, right, which lines up beautifully with that 4-hour EQ, lines up with that demand zone, that pause zone that I've just added to the chart. So that's all there. I'm against my high time frame bias. My daily bias is bearish. I've got that 4-hour EQ, I just spoke about that. So I always like to tag fibs as well as these specific fibs. So you can see I've got 38 fib level and fibs. Then I've got mixed bias because my 4-hour bias is bullish now because we've formed a higher high, but my daily bias is bearish and I'm looking for the retest of a breakout. So that's what I have tagged there. Confidence is a 6. Basically what I spoke about yesterday has all sort of played out as expected so far. You know, we did probably push a little bit higher into that zone than I thought, but I also wasn't writing out a complete, like that zone just being eaten in a single candle. So not super surprised to see that. And because everything is really going the way I sort of expected, I haven't added conditions. I spoke yesterday about how I might add conditions because I just wasn't super sure on what the market was doing. So I was talking about potentially putting on a distance to confirm to really get the confirmation of that bounce. So far, everything I sort of thought I might see, I'm seeing. So I'm like, all right, this is kind of doing what I expected. And so I think we might see price come down and then run up to that zone somewhere up there. Mood is very happy. I'm not sure if I did mood before, but yeah, very happy. And so that's it. So that is the trade that I'm setting up today. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video. Let me know what you're doing. If you're setting up trades, if you're staying on the market, if you're happy to see that range broken, let me know what you're thinking. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day, happy trading, and I'll talk to you very soon.